Hello and welcome to Just Learn Python. This is Python tutorial for beginners. We are in part 7 of this series. In this video, we are going to learn about import in Python. We are going to understand import mechanism in Python. Importing in Python allows you to use outside code into your code. That is, you can use somebody else's code in your code. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. For standard problems, for most of the problems, there are already solutions available as modules and packages that you can import in your code and start building your application. That's what the biggest advantage of Python. There are readily available modules and packages which you can directly import, start using it. Fine. Here we have said modules and packages. Then question comes, what is module? Module is nothing but a Python code, collection of Python code in a single file or multiple files, which usually serves a purpose. Any code Python code which solves a problem. So it becomes a module. More often than not, you need features like file handling, system commands for interacting with the system, then networking related functionalities, then web services, document manipulation, that is Word document, Excel or XML, JSON, etc. So you want to manipulate those documents. For that you need some kind of modules, and then data validation, etc. So for that, readily available packages and modules are available. You can start importing by using a keyword import and start building applications. You can build applications in no time by using these readily available modules and packages. If you want to check what are the modules available before importing any external library or module, how to do that? So it's very simple. So one way of doing is using a help built-in function, help, and pass the modules as a string. It will list down what all the available modules installed. Let's do that. I'll open Python shell, then I will use help and I'll give modules. This should list down all the available modules. See, there are plenty of modules available. That's why it is called batteries included. Say for example, we have codecs, CSV to manipulate CSV documents, JSON to manipulate JSON documents, OS, okay, then RE for regular expressions, and many modules are already available. Then sys is also very popular and somewhere here, sysconfig, so many modules are already available. So if you want to use a particular module and check out what and all its functionality it gives, what we can do, we can also check help on that particular module. For example, I use OS module, I want to know about OS module. So we can use help on that. So it will list down that help document for that OS module. Fine. OS module contains many of the elements, methods, classes, and variables. So like this, say for example, chmod, change directory, get cwd, many are there, get current working directory, etc., get env, etc. Fine. How to import a module? There are multiple ways of importing a module. We will discuss some of them. So one way is import module name. If you want to import all the elements from that module, this is the simplest way. Import module name. Suppose we want to import OS module. Import followed by a space and then module name. Import space OS, which will import the entire OS module. Here OS module is getting imported. OS is a pre-installed module, comes with standard Python installation. Get cwd is one of the method inside OS. If you want to use that, which returns the current working directory. If you use this method, it returns a current working directory. So if you want to use that functionality, what you have to do is use dot notation. So how to use? OS module name dot the element, get current working directory, get cwd. Use parenthesis for methods. For other elements, parenthesis is not required. So use parenthesis if it is a method. So dot notation, module name dot element name, method name. Now I am going to import OS, and then if I do get cwd, it returns current working directory. We can also use aliasing. If module name is big and you have to type that in multiple times, that time you can avoid it by using aliasing it. Alias is a temporary name, shorthand in your code for that particular module. The syntax is import module name as alias name. Fine. Here we are going to import another built-in module, that is random as rn. Import random as rn. Let's look into that. Import random as Rn. Fine. Now to access the element, again we have to use dot notation. Now we can use rand int is one of the method. Then we will give starting and end. It takes 2 arguments. If we use this, it will return us a random integer between 1 to 20. So it is 14. We can also use our own module. Let's say you have a module, my module.py. Then you can use it as another file, import my module as my module. Same as above. So here I have a module, one file which imports first program, which is another module. Let me open that also. This is the first program.py, which contains 2 print statements. Print first program hello world, print first program welcome to amazing world of Python. This is the contents of first program.py. This is what we want to import in our second program. Import first program. You can also use as Here it is not required because it's only a print statement. These are the contents of second program. So now we will run this. To run this, run module or F5. So what we will get? We get the contents of the first program hello world, then welcome to amazing world of Python. After that, the contents of the actual file, that is the second program, that is getting printed. Okay, these modules are not of much use, they only contain print statements. This is how you import your own file. Fine. Suppose the modules are very big and you don't want entire content of it. So for that, there is another mechanism to use only partial import. You can only part code from a module. For that, syntax is from module import specific element. Here I want to get CWD from OS. For that, from OS, that is the module name, import get current working directory, get CWD. Notice parentheses are not required. We are only getting get CWD code in our program. From OS module, we are only getting get CWD to our code. All the unwanted things are not required. While importing, brackets are not required. Remember this. And here we don't have to use .os. Dot notation is not required. We can directly use get current working directory. So if you want to see that, I'll close this and again open, because we already imported OS before. From OS import get CWD. Correct? Here only get CWD is getting imported. Now I can use get CWD directly with brackets. Parenthesis is required when we call. So it will list down what is the current working directory. This is my current working directory. This is how you use partial import mechanism. If you want to use multiple items, not only one, a few items from a particular module, then you can use partial import other elements by using comma separation. From OS import get current working directory, close chdir, which are also part of OS module, and you can access them like functions without using dot notation. I can also again import from OS import chdir and close, comma separated. Now I can use chdir. I have to give a path. I'll just go back one step. So if I get again what is the current directory, it will give me the current location. Path has been changed. So here we are using comma separated elements while importing. So at this line, change directory and close methods are imported. Here only get current working directory is getting imported. Another method of using it is importing all by using a star notation. From OS import star. Many people use like this, but I advise you to avoid this style, because during actual development, what happens when you import multiple modules, it may create namespace violation, and due to that you may get unexpected results. So I advise you to not use this style. So this syntax, other two styles are fine, so that you can use. What happens if you import a particular module multiple times? That we can check now. Fine. What happens? Whether it is getting again loaded again and again, that we can check. Actually, a module is loaded only once. Even if you do multiple import, it doesn't affect. It loaded only once. That's how it is very efficient. Fine. That we can check. For that, what we can do, we'll go to command prompt and use it as a Python shell, Python 3.7. I'll start Python shell here, and I will import first program which we have written, our own module, first program. So it gives us first program hello world, first program welcome to amazing world. This is when I loaded it first time. If I again import it, nothing happens. Correct? That shows us a module is loaded only once. This can be an interview question, so you remember this, it is only loaded once. That's how it is very efficient. Before moving on to the next next topic, that is keywords. So there is an interesting module, I would say, that is called the Gen of Python by Tim Peters, which explains the philosophy of Python programming. So let's check that. Read more on this, import this. So it will give us a beautiful wordings, kind of a poem, which explains the philosophy of Python programming. Beautiful is better than ugly, explicit is better than implicit, simple is better than complex, complex is better than complicated, flat is better than nested. And you can read it on and try to Google it around and understand. Each line has got a different concept, how Python is incorporating all this Gen of Python. In this video we have covered how to import modules, how to different styles we have seen, how to import partially code from some other module. In the next video we are going to look into keywords, and from there onwards we will actually start actual programming. I hope you like this video, and if you like this video, please give a thumbs up and share with your friends. For future videos, please subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching.